Good morning, buddy. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Good morning.
Oh man, we are doing this early in the morning on an odd day that we typically don't do. We've been really good last two episodes of recording on Saturday mornings and going live, and it's been working out. But today, just because of logistics, just because of me being out of pocket for the next 2 weeks, we decided to not give the people what they want, because they need more Mark and Greg in their life.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided to just go ahead and do a recorded show, which is weird because it won't show up in our live stream, but it will show up in our on the channel on Saturday Morning Toy Collector. So definitely go by and check it out when this posts, which we'll post on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So, you know, it will post when the show would normally go live. But at this time in the future Mark is sitting in the Charlotte, North Carolina Convention Center at 9:16 a.m. Rocking it. I will probably have already been by the Savage Crucible and Four Horsemen tables probably a couple of times that day already, and I picked up some goodies. But that's future Mark. What's future Greg going to be doing next Saturday morning at this time when he's not recording the show?
I will probably be on my 14th dream. I'm planning on sleeping in. I've been working the last couple Saturdays, so I've only been getting one day off, and I'm tired, dude. See my eyes?
Yeah.
See these eyes?
I don't know how you do it because you work all night.
Yeah, I work. I just too much work and not enough figures and family and fun. So this weekend, it's all about that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, awesome. Well, we're going to have a regular show for you guys today. We're going to do our pickups. We're going to do our unboxings. Today's going to be a little different because Greg and I have different things to unbox, but we're trying to keep it on brand. We're trying to keep it, semi-close. So I think we're going to be doing some Super 7 today. I think Super 7 is going to be a big part of the day here. So that's really cool. So let's just dive right in. Let's go ahead and jump into some pickups.
I love that.
I know, right? It's never not fun. So what do you got? I got a lot of pickups to go through. So so I have a lot. So maybe I'll start off and I'll do a couple, and then you jump in there and you do a couple, and then
sure.
So
tag team.
So one thing that I found, I walked into my local Target just yesterday, and I found this guy, which is Count Von Count from the Sesame Street.
1, 2, 3.
$23. That's too much for a reaction figure.
Right. Yeah, just a little bit.
I mean, good Lord, how much is the licensing fee they have to pay to Sesame Street? Now, I did get lucky and I found most of the first wave. I have Bert and I have Ernie and these guys, which are going for about $60 on eBay right now. The Yip Yips. This is all of wave 1. Count was the last one that I needed. When I found these three in my local Target, they didn't have Count. And so for weeks, I've been sitting and looking at trying to pick up a Count online, but he's going for $25, $30. He's kind of sold out. It's a little too much. Wave 2 is up for pre-order right now, and there's a couple of duds in there that I don't really want, but there is Oscar the Grouch and Cookie Monster. So I'm definitely going to be picking those up because this channel is all about the 80s. And I got to tell you, when I was a kid, I watched me some Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah, I did too. I did too, for sure. Are those openers, Mark? Or you leave them?
Those will be openers. Yeah, I'm not going to leave them in the package, even though I will tell you the packages are beautiful. Like,
yeah, that is nice. I mean, maybe ones that you really love, you can get another one. Maybe when they're on clearance, if they ever go to clearance.
Yeah, I was very happy. I walked into my Target yesterday and they had the entire wave. So they had Bert, Ernie, the Yip Yips, and they had 2 Counts. So it almost makes me think that they probably had 2 full waves and somebody came in and got Bert and Ernie and the Yip Yips. If I'd have had the extra $60 to pick up the other 3, I probably would have picked them up and sold them online. But you know what? Part of me was like, I don't need to spend the extra $60 right now because I've got HeroesCon coming up this weekend. And then, man, just let somebody else walk in and find them on the shelf.
Yeah. That's good figure karma.
get them for $20 because Jesus, they're yeah, that's way too
pricey,
much.
man. They're pricey.
A little bit pricey. I'll go ahead and show off one more pickup. I did get this in yesterday from Big Bad Toy Store. Nice. And this is the Prince Adam and Cringer. Look at this extra like Cringer head here. It's awesome. And then I don't know where I'm going. This whole thing is backwards, so my brain doesn't know how to brain. But then you've got Laughing Prince Adam, which is great. And then this
that's fun. That's a fun set. That's a fun set.
That artwork on the back. Look at that.
Okay. So I will really take dope. One here. Yeah, I love that, dude. I got this from my buddy Andrew Yin from Toyco. He sent me a Bo-Katan Mafex. Beautiful.
I've been seeing the reviews, man. That's one fantastic figure.
Yeah. I'm loving it. I'm not really buying a lot of Star Wars stuff lately, but I do like my girl Bo-Katan. So yeah, I picked her up and I'm excited about that.
I think I'm gonna get some Star Wars Mafex. I have Luke and Ahsoka on pre-order. So I think I need to get like Boba Fett, like from the Book of Boba Fett, not from the Mandalorian, because I like that. I like the Book of Boba Fett outfit a little bit better.
Yeah, that's a nice.
Probably a Mando. I think I need a Mando.
You do. Yeah, you do for sure. And
I know he's been out for a while, but I haven't picked one up. So.
And there's a lot of versions, so I think that helps the market a little bit. So there's not they're not as expensive.
Right. I've got some more pickups, but I think I'm gonna have to lean back. Because one of them is a big boy. I just got this in from Big Bad Toy Store, and this is the cartoon version of Buzzsaw. It feels like there's something loose rocking around down in there. I hope he comes with his bird. I don't see it, but I sure hope it's in there.
He has a bird? I didn't know he had a bird.
He does. The original toy did. It was orange. And you pulled the head out and the wings would spin around like this way. The bird was like this and the wings would spin around him, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been wanting this. This is one of my favorite action figures when I was a kid. One of my favorite bad guys from Silver.
Yeah, is awesome. I think I need that.
Right now it's the one you have, which is the cartoon color version. It's all yellow.
Yeah.
I wanted to wait for this one. It's been tough to wait on it.
Well, maybe next week we should do an unboxing of both.
Absolutely, because I think next week we're going to be unboxing these guys, and these are the Vac Metal versions of Quicksilver and Steelheart. So I think I'll do Quicksilver. You can do Steelheart, and they look great. I am a little bummed that we still don't have Copper Kid yet, but we're already on the Vac Metal versions. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. Those were already tooled, they were already done. All they had to do was slap the Vac Metal on there, go through the Vac Metal process, and
yeah.
I understand. Oh, I forgot. I do have one other thing.
What you got?
I did send you some pictures of this, but I did get in a cape for my Xylona. And this is from our good friend Sean over at Action Figure Armory. This cape is
beautiful,
gorgeous. It is so beautiful.
Yeah, the length of the cape is perfect.
It's great.
It's beautiful.
It's so good, and it just brings so much. And that color almost matches perfectly. With her armor. And this was already an existing cape. He just had to modify the neck piece for me. But this was Faunus's cape. It's the colors that he created for Faunus.
Dude's a genius. He's a genius.
Absolutely, absolutely. Did you have any other pickups, or was it a light week for you?
No, I got one or two. I've got my
good deal.
Savage Crucible in. I got the Royal Guard.
Oh, he looks so good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I've got some pieces. I've got some pieces in the armory pack that fit him, I believe. There's a head and the lower forearms and the lower legs from
I'm gonna have to order that armory pack.
Oh, I'm getting you one. I'm gonna get you one this weekend.
What? Oh yeah. Please. Yeah, he's got kind of the dark black. I think it's black, the skin with the white stripes.
Perfect.
Sorry.
No, it's perfect. Yeah, I think it's the armory pack that comes with a bonus head for that guy.
Is that the guy with
the fins? Yeah,
yeah.
how it's fanned out, and then the lower arms and lower legs, so that you can make a unarmored version. I think that's brilliant that they did that. Savage Crucible, they were really thinking ahead, and I really appreciate.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you made me want that. And then my last pickup, I believe, is this lovely lady. Gadriel.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Gadriel, right?
Yeah, picked her up off eBay. It was a bid, and it was cheap. It was kind of under the radar. It's a little bit cheaper than what she's normally going for, but I figured she's going to be hot because of the Yosef figure.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be wanting the angels with the pearlescent armor, so I figured I'd better get her while the getting's good.
Not a bad idea. I need to get on the hunt for her myself. She looks pretty good.
You should, yeah. It's a beautiful figure. Beautiful.
Yeah, figure. That's gorgeous right there. Awesome. All right, well, let's move right along into our unboxings. Man, I got to tell you, I really hope everybody out there appreciates those little vignettes as much as we do.
I do. I love it.
Dude, that package is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's sick. It's just, and that's all Brian Flynn, dude. He did like artistic design or marketing or yeah, he does. He loves the packaging as much as the figures. So
yeah,
you can tell in some of these boxes. Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
Watch our show.
Oh, I love it, dude. It makes the mouth. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? It's been an all Super 7 day. I had started off with some reaction. Then we went into Silverhawks, and you got Czarface, and I'm going to be unboxing Super 7's Thundercats Snarf.
Snarf, snarf.
Snarf, snarf. Snarf and snarf and snarf. I know that used to get probably old to some people.
That's okay. That's okay. Did you order the Snarf's buddy, the guy that looks like Snarf? Like a mechanic or something? Yeah, I didn't either.
No, I did not. I am not on that. And you know what? Last week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, last week on the show, we had a guest, Charles. Is that V-Dog?
V-Dog, yep, V-Dog.
And so he was basically chatting us up about Super 7 last week, and he and I have been talking all week about.
Yeah, me too. He's a good dude.
You know, we've been talking about the Cat Slayer. He sent me he wanted to know if I had pre-ordered the Cat Slayer, which I did not, because I think I was hot off the heels of Eternia playset, which is behind me, and I really needed that. I don't have the room with Eternia up. I don't have the room for the Cat Slayer.
Right. Yeah,
that thing is huge.
Too. I wanted it too.
You probably saw it. You saw it in person.
Yeah, I saw it.
I
saw it at PowerCon, and I also saw it at New York Comic Con, and it's freaking beautiful. It's a sight to behold. But yeah, I had no room, and so unfortunately, I passed on it. I'm gonna regret it, I know. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't have FOMO for it. I really don't, because I know that I don't have room for it. So for me, I'm okay with missing out on it because I don't have the room. So
you say that now, Mark. You say that now.
I know. But yeah, it's just something that it would be lovely to like play with it and like look at it. You know, I'd love to go to somebody's house and like check it out. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, if I had like my own basement, if I had like a basement room, then I would definitely be topping that. But yeah, I just don't have the space. I just don't. And I think a lot of people had that issue. You know, it's like he gave us what we wanted, but we just don't have that type that type of room in our homes for that size of playset. And the price was not bad. I think it was like six.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. He sent me a link to a toy store that was selling it. I think they were asking like $1,000 or $1,100. So like basically double the price, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's what's going to happen on eBay when it comes out. But I think that price may go down because I think there's going to be enough people trying to sell it and not enough people trying to buy it that the price will probably go back down to normal or close to retail when it hits third-party sellers. Because I will say that I think they overproduced the Thunder Tank, which I would have loved to have, but again, I don't have the room for it.
Yeah,
but that Thunder Tank has been up on sale on Big Bad Toy Store and on Amazon for like sometimes like $100 less than what it was like MSRP. So that thing has been still pretty easy to get. I came close to buying it once at a toy show. They were selling it at cost. I almost pulled the trigger on it, but I did not. I let it go. It's huge. I don't know where I would put it.
It is a massive vehicle for sure. Yeah, I
really hope Czarface is as awesome as Snarf is.
Czarface is freaking cool, man.
All right, why don't you kick us off? Tell us about Czarface and show us what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, so this figure I had heard about him. I kind of pay attention to the social media on Super 7. There are different websites or social media sites, and I had heard about this guy, but I didn't really know who he was. So I had gone to my buddy Tardy's shop in Grand Rapids, the best comic shop in Michigan, and he had Czarface there, and I was like, whoa, this figure is giving me kind of like a Ultron vibes, but this figure is like heavy metal, dude. Like this figure is just like into the world, post-apocalyptic, spiky, just I don't know, he's just awesome, dude. He's got
if you guys are not familiar with like the underground hip-hop scene, Czarface is basically one of the legends of underground hip-hop. If you think of like MF Doom, he's in that caliber.
Yes.
And this is kind of like one of his alter egos. A lot of rappers have like these alter egos, and this is his. MF Doom has his as well. And he looks incredible. I don't think you have to necessarily know about the underground hip hop scene to enjoy this figure. I mean, this guy could fit into any science fiction collection that you've got going on.
Go this way.
Even if you're not a fan of hip hop.
Right. Yeah. No, I didn't really know who Czarface was until after I bought the figure, and I'm like, okay, this figure is rad, and then I like the music too. So he comes with 3 different heads. He's got this cool head that has lasers coming out of it. The head has a little bit of a little barbell? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah. I think they refer to that as a dumbbell joint.
Dumbbell. But look at the lasers coming out of his eyes.
Oh, that's awesome. What plugs into his blue gauntlet? It looks like
so he's got like little missiles. He's got missiles that
he comes with so much stuff.
Right here. Little missiles.
Oh, very cool.
He's got these like laser or lava type hands. I don't know if you can. Am I showing those? Yeah.
Yep. I can
and
see
then
it.
He's got regular hands here. He's got the fists. He's got more missiles. He's got some grasping hands. It's got a soft goods cape. I thought this was a hood, but it's kind of like a Dracula type of collar.
Oh, I got you.
But it's all wired, nice firm wire. And he does have the tattered cape
Oh, I
on
like
back.
that.
The blue shoes are kind of funky to me. I was not expecting like blue. They look like blue slippers kind of.
Yeah.
But no,
He's
this
going to a
figure is
Zoom
rad.
meeting. You know, he doesn't need to
But
be
yeah,
fresh all the
he's
way,
got
head to toe.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, this figure is rad. I love this figure. It's very metal. It's
Yeah. Is the abdomen like translucent?
Yeah. I wish I could show. I don't have a light. Wait.
That's okay. You don't have to. That's fine.
I think I feel like I need to. Let's see if I can.
Oh, okay.
Look at that.
I like that. Yep. So
And
that's
his
kind of like
legs, too.
mimicking this idea that like he's held together by energy or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it down on his thighs as well.
His
That
thighs
looks awesome.
as well. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
Dude,
this figure
killer.
is 10 out of 10 for me. I'm very happy. The joints are a little stiff. I don't want to snap him on air. But
Right.
yeah, definitely got to play with him a little bit.
Hot water bath will be all right.
Pulls him up. Yeah, hot water bath. But yeah, and you see, it comes with the original head.
I like that. I like that head.
And then the basic.
Yeah. I like that, dude.
And then
That's dope. Yeah, I think I like the head with the eyes, with the mouth open, the teeth open.
Yeah,
that looks really cool. Yeah, you're right. He is giving strong like Ultron vibes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was, because I love the classic Ultron.
Yeah.
And so it caught my eye, and then I'm like, okay, I'll pick that up. So thank you, Gavin at Tardy's.
Very cool.
Yeah,
so I've got Snarf here, and this guy is, I think a lot of people were kind of disappointed with Snarf. Not really disappointed with the figure itself, but with the price, because it was still like the $55 price point for this such a little character here. One of the things that that does bother me about Super 7 is they do use a shiny plastic. And I would have preferred like Scarf's face to be painted instead of cast in this yellow plastic. But they have to do what they have to do. I'm not going to complain, because this Snarf is pretty cool. Now, this particular tail is glued. It is made to the base so that you can have Snarf sitting on his tail. It does rotate right here at the base, or in the midpoint of the tail. It rotates, and it is on a ball joint, so you can get him to move around. But this tail is removable, and let's see if I could do that without snapping the base off.
Snarf,
because that would be terrible. And he has a completely different tail. Wait a minute. All right, this is wild. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. I was like, what am I doing wrong here? This is so you don't snap the whole tail off. You just snap off the lower part of the tail. And again, how am I supposed to do this without breaking the base off? I don't know.
Be careful, man.
Yeah. Okay, so he does have a secondary tail that you can pop in that has no base. So this tail is just articulated. So if you don't want to have him on that base, you replace this bottom part.
I think I would have him that way.
Yeah, so that you can put him around. He has articulated at the thigh and the knee and the ankle. He's got lots of articulation. He's got 3 or 4 different sets of hands. He has this regular head, and he has his smiley open face mouth head, which is really cool. And then he has a third kind of I'm pretending to be scary face, where he's like trying to be brave, but we all know Snarf is not brave.
Not really.
He has his little bag.
Satchel.
He's got a little satchel. Now this thing is not painted. It's just cast in a Snarf purse. That's right. says Dooney and Burke bag. It just has
Right.
it is zippered right there on the top. That's a little bit of paint, but this is very soft and pliable, so that's cool. And then this is even kind of a little bit squishy. But one of the really cool things that he comes with is he does come with Lion-O's claw arm. Now this doesn't seem like it's going to fit on Lion-O at all. Because it has this little slot, and it comes with a little tiny collapsed sort of omens that fits down in there. And so this would be like if Lion-O had taken this off and Snarf had to carry it somewhere. Okay. I think that's what he also comes with. A couple of other things. He comes with now I watched every episode of Thundercats when I was a kid, but I could not tell you for the life of me what this little Easter egg is here. I don't know what that is. He does come with some extra hands, but that's it for the package. And Snarf is somebody I've wanted to like open up and get on my shelf for a while, but I've been just kind of like delaying it and kind of like putting it off. So it was just really good to like get him opened up and you know, play around with him. Now this way I don't have to do like a full review, but I have now opened him and gotten him on. I can put him up on my shelf. Yeah. I really do wish the tail was a little easier to swap out, because I almost feel like when you feel like you're pulling on this, it almost feels like you're going to snap this base off. And if you snap the base off, then.
So do you think that figure is worth the price?
I do not think this figure is worth $55.
Yeah.
But it's Snarf. I had to have it.
Yeah.
So this is one that I just swallowed the price and just said, I'll pay it. He does come with some nice stuff, but I don't think he comes with $55 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
But I do like this tail with him standing on it. I think
that is cool. That is cool. I think what they should have did was have like a Lion-O, like a new Lion-O figure, or maybe one of the past issues, past 3 issues or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've probably at this point put out 3 or 4 different Lion-Os. They even have a new no, I'm sorry, that's a new Quicksilver. I'm getting my lines crossed. But yeah, they've put out several Lion-Os, and I think you're right. I think they could have given us a stripped down Lion-O and thrown in Snarf. But you know, it is what it is. I now have him. I mean, you can't have Thundercats without Snarf.
Right. But yeah, that's why I bought mine too. I did the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, so you have him as well?
I do.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Have you unboxed him already, or is he on your shelf?
Nope, not yet. I have most of the Thundercats, and they are still languishing in their boxes.
Yeah.
But this show is making me want to, or it's prompting me to open more. So I like this.
Same here. Absolutely. Yeah. I've got a line of stuff in the floor that I've got separated with like what I have already opened and reviewed, but have no place to put yet. So they're back in the package and in the floor. And then I have figures that I haven't opened yet. And and also I think the other thing I'm going to do is, since we do this show on Saturdays and we get to sit and talk about stuff here on the show, I don't feel the need to like do my Friday videos where I just sit and talk to the camera. So I think what I'm going to start doing is just like doing like, not really a review, but kind of like just some unboxings, just like not even in my review space, but just at the table in front of my toy shelf, where I've done a couple of shorts and then just open a couple of figures and just talk about them. Because my Friday videos, I really don't, sometimes I'm like, oh, I could talk about that, but I'd rather save that to Saturday and talk to Greg about it. So
thank you, man. So, That's an honor. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so this guy is pretty dope. I almost what did I do? I almost played I think the computer is telling me it's time to move on to Double Down. So let's do it. Good. All right, so Double Down. Double Down is where we kind of do a deep dive down into a topic about, you know, something toy related. First week we did some Mythic Legions reveals. Last week we talked about G.I. Joe, all the G.I. Joe reveals on June 4th. But today I think we want to talk to you about some comic book cons, some toy shows, because I think over the next few months, you and I are going to be going to some. We're going to have some wants and some wish list items that we're trying to track down and trying to get. So let's kind of talk about it. And I can kick things off with, I am going to be at Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're driving on Thursday of this week. The show is Friday the 14th, Saturday the 15th, and Sunday the 16th. It's full days Friday and Saturday. Do what?
Father's Day also.
Father's Day will be on the 16th, and I will not be with my kids, so that'll be kind of tough, but it's just the weekend, the way it worked out, unfortunately. So that's just the way it is. But if you guys don't know about Heroes Con, if you've never been, if you don't know about the show, Heroes Con is probably the largest Comic Con in the nation that solely focuses on comic books. So it is a show that is by artists, for fans of artists, writers, inkers, colorists. You can go and it's a unique con in that, like, you could go and you could buy a blank cover of, let's say, X-Men. And then you can go and have one of your favorite comic book artists draw with a pencil, like pencil sketch Wolverine on the cover. And then you could take that over to one of your favorite inkers and have them ink it, and then take it over to one of your favorite colorists and have them color it. And so it's awesome. It is a massive, massive, massive show. It is huge. It is, if you think about how when you go to a comic book convention and they'll have like a small area that's artist alley, and then everything else is celebrities and photo ops and autographs and vendors. This is not that. This show, it's a massive show, and 2/3 of it is all artist alley, and the other 1/3 is vendors. So if there are celebrity panels, then there are comic book celebrities. There's no TV people, there's no movie people.
I love that.
There's no dedicated areas for autographs or photo ops. Like, you go to the tables to do your photo ops, you go to the same table to get your autograph. It's really cool. I've been going now for, I want to say this is my 5th time attending, but the 7th year. There was 2 years they didn't have it because of COVID, and so they took a 2-year break. But yeah, so I'll be in attendance there because I draw comics. A lot of people may not know that, but I do.
This guy's an amazing artist.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I've been drawing comics now professionally for about, I shouldn't say professionally. I'm published. Let's say that, because professionally, I feel like if you're professional, then that's your 9 to 5, and comics is not my 9 to 5. I work as a designer for a university here in Florida. And so, but yeah, I've been drawing comics for about 10 years. All of my books are published. So I get invited every year to Heroes Con. So I really appreciate the people at Heroes Con for inviting me. It's an amazing show. We have some amazing friends that we only see there. We have some friends that live there that we get to stay with while we're there. So that's awesome. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, last year was the last year that the Four Horsemen attended Heroes Con. They had a big table there. So they had a street team there. And they're going to be there again this year. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I do believe that Jeremy Gerard's going to be there at the show.
Sweet.
So
Cool.
That'll be really cool. And so while I'm at the show, I'm going to be picking up some stuff. I'm going to be picking you up some stuff. They have confirmed that Outpost Zaxius, the new wave of Cosmics, is going to be there. So I'm going to be picking up the Red Jet for myself. What's the girl's name? I always forget her name.
Callian Shun.
Yeah, Callian Shun. I'm going to be picking up one of her because she's the one that I'm looking forward to most. You have her close by? Oh yeah, look at that. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Let's see.
Beautiful.
I'm looking to pick up Scourge from that wave as well.
Y'all be interested to see how he looks. You have to do an unboxing of that film.
Oh, for sure. 100%. I think I'm going to be picking you up an extra Red Jet or an extra Callian. I don't know. Whatever I can find. And then there's the possibility that they're going to have some reissues on the table. I don't know what else they're going to have.
Yeah.
Probably if they haven't sold out of Figura Obscura, there may be some Egyptian gods there, I would imagine. So that's going to be really dope. So yeah, I've got a budget, probably about 150 that I'm looking to spend on on some mythics there, some cosmics as well. And then the good people at Harbinger Studios who put out Savage Crucible are going to be there. I've been in contact with them. So yeah, they're going to have all of Wave 1 plus the new Shadow Slate. So, which I think you've got one coming your way already, right?
Yeah, I should get it hopefully by the end of this week.
So I'm looking to pick up the Royal Guard, which you just showed off in the pickups.
I thought you had that one, Mark. You don't have that one?
I don't. Oh. No, they sent me Como of the Isles to review, and then I bought the Lemurian Slate and the Lemurian Savage. They're the only three that I own. Plus, I have both the Huntsman pack and the Armory pack. So to round out my collection, I'm going to need the Imperial Sentry, which is their Kickstarter and Comic-Con exclusive. So I'm going to be grabbing one of those for me, one of those for you.
Please, thank you.
And then let's see. I'm also going to be trying to pick up the Royal Guard and Nin Villamir, who I think is like the big bad guy from the first wave. So, and then I'm going to pick you up an Armory pack as well.
Yes, please. Thank you.
So I'm going to be, that's going to be a lot. So I've got about $150 that I'm going to be spending on Savage Crucible as well. So that's going to be my budget for this weekend at Heroes Con. And then the very next weekend,
busy.
Yeah. So that's in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's about an 8-hour drive for us. The very next weekend is Joe Fest in Augusta, Georgia. And me and some local friends are going to make the drive up. It's only about 5 hours. For us, we're just going to go for the day. We're going to leave early in the morning, Saturday morning, get there, do the show, and then drive back Saturday night. We're not staying overnight or anything. And both the Four Horsemen and Savage Crucible will be there at Joe Fest as well. So if there's anything that I didn't get a chance to pick up at Heroes Con, I'm going to get a second chance the very next week at Joe Fest. So, you know, we'll have to regroup and regather and see what I was able to get, what I missed out on. And then I may pick up some more of those Shadow Slates just because they're $20 figures. And I really want to hand out a couple to some friends of mine. Just that are kind of on the fence about getting into that line. And I really think that they should jump in on it because I think this is a really good studio. I think they're full of really good people. They are super talented. I think they really care about this line and they've got really big plans. If you've looked at Wave 2, they've got humans, they've got dwarves, they've got warlocks coming. Wave 3, they've got some piranha people coming. They're getting into some, so it's not all lizards. It's basically it's sword and sorcery. It's fantasy stuff. I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I know that they'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they've even worked out a deal with the Frazetta company. I think they're putting out a Frazetta licensed figure in Wave 2.
I pledged
which looks incredible. I saw it at Toylanta, and man, like they're doing some good stuff with this line. So I'm down for it for sure.
Right out of the gate, their stuff is really looking good.
Right. Yeah. So let's also, I guess I was going to say, let's talk about their sale, but I realized that this will actually go up on Saturday and their sale would have been yesterday on Friday. So hopefully everybody got what they wanted at their sale. So yeah, there's really no need to talk about it. Let's see. And then after that, I have something coming up that sounds really fun. I was invited by Big Dub from the Mythic Legions Cabal to go to a Mythic meetup and play day at the Charlie's Collectible Show in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And this is going to be July 20th from 10 to 6. Again, this is going to be a day trip. I think me and Randall are going to try to go to this if he's free. And this is going to be a Mythic meetup, which is going to be really cool. I've never been to this show before. I hope it's nice. I have no idea what's going to be there to pick anything up, but that's going to be in July.
I'm sure you're going to find something there.
I hope so. And I don't think I've ever met Big Dub in person.
I don't think
we kind of talked about this earlier. I've never met him in person, but he seems like a swell dude. So I'm looking forward to meeting him and some other members of the Southeast Cabal. But then why don't you talk about our show that we're going to be meeting up at? I believe it's in August.
August, yeah. It's IshCon, put on by a Cabal member and street team guy. Street team means basically he sells products for the horsemen when the horsemen are not actually able to get to that show, or it's a further than they're able to go. So they have members of the Cabal or the community that sell, or they're licensed retailers that sell horseman product at these shows. So Ishwar, who's a definite friend of the studio, has a con called IshCon every year, and that's August, I think, 2nd, which is a Friday, 3rd and 4th, in Durham, North Carolina. And it's going to be huge. As far as I know, I've heard about this show before. I haven't made it, but this year I'm really pushing to get there. So I've already taken the time off. So that's the biggest part. Now it's just the saving. But right. I believe that every year they have a wave release or something. I think it's going to be cosmic related. Or
that seems to be, yeah, I think what Ish has said, he's kind of hinted that there's going to be a cosmic reveal on Saturday night at like 8 o'clock.
And I think one of the figures either from that wave or just an exclusive will be available for that show. So that's exciting too.
So yeah, for anybody who's wanting to go, there is a VIP event that you need a separate ticket for Friday night. So there is you can get a ticket for Saturday, or you can get a ticket for Saturday and Friday night's event. And I think at the event on Friday night, there's going to be an exclusive figure for sale. If there's any left over, I think they'll be for sale at the show on Saturday. But I do think it's going to be a small amount available. And it's not exclusive to IshCon, but I believe it's going to be made available to everybody in 2025. It's just that this is the first chance to get your hands on it. So
it's kind of like the Skullman from SoloCon. It's an exclusive for that event, but I think it will be available
down the road, maybe with different, maybe an accessory or two less in the box. So you and I had talked about that, and we're like, dude, we really got to get caught up and do something together before Legions Con. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. So I think we're going to be doing Ish. I think Jeffrey Evans is going to be joining us. I think he's going to be there as well. So it'd be good to see him.
Evans from Cosmic Contact has a cosmic show.
Yep. And so that'll be really cool. My wife and I are going. We're going to make a weekend of it, and we've never been to Durham, so that sounds like a great place.
Yeah, I've never been anywhere in that area. So yeah, we're gonna we'll probably go Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday we'll probably do some stuff.
Same. Yeah, same here. Like that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Sightseeing, be tourists.
Yeah. Some touristy stuff.
That'd be fun. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I have no expectations. I heard it's awesome. I have a lot of friends. The Purple Gang is going to be there.
Yep.
They live in that area. So yeah. And then Kent Poole, I think lives around there. So
Kent is actually part of the street team that's going to be helping the horsemen out at Heroes Con this weekend.
Okay. Yeah. He's a good dude. Yeah. He's friends with the Purple Gang. And I think Pete Johnson's going to be there too, who's a great guy in the community. He does a lot of 3D printing. And hooks people up with his printing and stuff. Good guy.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And me and you
it's gonna be great.
We're gonna be all in there. So
gonna be up in it, doing it.
So look for us. If you guys are there, look for us. We'll be there.
Yeah. And then we do have some kind of exciting news that all the details haven't been fleshed out yet. I'm still kind of working on those with Jeremy at the Four Horsemen, but it does look like at Legions Con this year, Greg and I will be doing a live recording of Double Jointed at Legions Con. I can't tell you what day it's going to be, and I can't tell you what time it's going to be because all of that hasn't worked out. But I believe that that Jeremy's trying to work out some time, a block of time for. I think there's several podcasts that want to record like a live show, and he has graciously given Greg and I some time, like an hour or so in one room, and we're going to be able to do a live show right there. So hopefully you guys who are going to be attending Legions Con can come out, attend this little session with Greg and I. Probably hop on the camera and say hi, and we'll be reeling from all of the reveals at G-Con because that's their big wave reveal. Greg will be seeing that in person because he has been selected as an intern for the day, which is going to be
very
incredible.
Exciting. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that on a future show, but yeah, I'm excited about that whole that weekend is just every year, I'm so excited for it. It's going to be fun.
Incredible, man.
And that's where you and I met, man. That's,
absolutely.
We're going to have to go back to that couch or that table and reminisce.
Exactly. It's been a crazy year. It's how much has changed in just a single year.
Absolutely. It's gotten better.
Yeah. So we typically go, like, our first two shows have been an hour and a half, but we wanted to keep, since this is a pre-recorded show and we don't have comments to field and talk to the guest, we decided to kind of keep this a little short. So we're probably gonna go ahead and wrap it up. This has been a good show. We didn't realize it was going to be almost a full Super 7 show, but it turned out that way, and that somehow that
was fun.
Out. Yeah, it's fun because Super 7 really is making all of my childhood dreams come true right now. Like Silverhawks and Thundercats, and look, I think they're going to be, they've talked about
G.I. Joe.
They're getting into G.I. Joe whole hog, and I think that's great. They've talked about getting into Tiger Sharks, which I would love for them to do. And I would love to see them somehow get the Star Wars license and do something Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
I think that would be pretty fantastic. I don't know what they could do and what scale it could be in, but yeah, there's a lot. I actually have a folder on my desktop called Super 7 Wants, and it's a whole thing about what I wish Super 7 would dive into, and maybe one day we'll do that as a topic on the show.
They have a lot of properties.
They have a lot. But there's still some that are out there that I would love to see them get their hands on and do some really cool stuff with. I think, if they got their hands on real Ghostbusters, they could really knock that out of the park.
That would be awesome.
Bionic 6, if you remember Bionic 6.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
They could do some really
love
fun
that show
there. Yeah. So there's a lot. We should talk about that one day, but
yeah. That's a good idea.
But yeah, do you have any closing thoughts or anything?
No. Just looking forward to seeing what you pick up at these shows. I'm always happy to see what people find at the tables. It's always fun to meet people and go to the cons and be there and be present and see the vendors and it's awesome. You're gonna see all the artists at these. At Heroes Con, that's always. I went to New York Comic Con, and the artist row was nice, but it was really packed. And it was they had more room for the celebrities than they did for the artists.
Sure.
And I wish it had been the other way around, but it was cool to see some of the classic artists that I grew up with. So
man,
I'm looking forward. Hopefully, you'll take some pictures and share with us. Some of the experiences that you had. So I'll be looking forward to that and looking forward to seeing what you pick up and hope you have a good time.
Yeah, man. And maybe next year you come out to Heroes Con and we'll get a chance to catch up during the summer.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah, I would love that for sure.
And I'll be up here in the woods next year as well. I'm coming up to Michigan to see you next year.
Yes, sir. Yeah, October. Yeah, October, getting married. So you're invited, buddy.
I'm going to be there for sure. 100%.
That's good.
So that's probably going to do it for this episode. I definitely want you guys to check out Greg's channel. It's called New to Mythics. And you definitely want to check that out. He interviews different people and their journey into Mythics. And I just saw his upload today. So this will be in the future, but he just uploaded an awesome video with a good friend of mine named Sig. Sig, I met at Heroes Con. He's a wonderful, wonderful dude. He was so funny and he was so pleasant to talk to. And I can't wait to watch your whole video interview with him. I know it's going to be crazy.
Oh yeah, it's fun. He's an amazing original character. And,
for sure, 100%.
Just following him in conversation and what his brain was just, you know, he's an artist. That's all I can say. So talking to him was an honor. And it was a fun show. So
definitely check out Greg's show, New to Mythics. It's entertaining every single week. Check out our channel, Saturday Morning Toy Collector, because, you know, we're all about this kind of stuff right here. So like modern remakes of toys that I had when I was a kid, you know, stuff like this, you know, like if you love the 80s, if you grew up in the 80s, this channel is for you. I do cover a lot of modern stuff, but most of it is remakes of 80s stuff.
I love your reviews.
Dude, I'm a kid of the 80s. I wish I could just go back and just live perpetually in the 80s. It'd be fantastic. Radio Shack, you know, Orange Julius,
right?
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You know,
Jackson.
Dude, there's so much. Well, thank you guys for tuning in and joining us. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. Thank you, Greg, for joining me today and making this happen. And sorry, guys, in 2 weeks, we will get back to live shows. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining us. I super appreciate it.
Thank you.